changes that occurring, the new alliances that are forming. The interesting part is Israel is a very powerful military, but it has very little influence over the outcome of the politics on its border, because it doesn't want to intervene and become the object of everyone else's anger. One general was asked in 2013, 2014, off the record, he was asked in Israel, so who do you want to win the civil war in Syria? And he said, actually no one. It's a scandal what's happened to Syria. But can Israel benefit by countries that are making noises about having common foes? I mean, if Israel and Saudi Arabia have ISIS as a common foe, if they have Iran as a common foe, do they have an alliance? But don't go out of this room tonight thinking it's an alliance of conviction. I think it's an alliance of convenience.
But the alliances are always of convenience.
I would say ours with Mexico and Britain is probably conviction, believe it or not. And certainly with Canada, I think it's conviction. I think there are a couple. I think America's alliances with Israel is based on conviction, fundamentally based on conviction. Oh, it is. I mean, it's convenience because it's a stable country, but there's a conviction that this state has a right to exist for all of its purposes. You know, there aren't a lot of relationships that are based on conviction. I wouldn't say it's a realignment of the Middle East like World War I was. I wouldn't say that you're going to have complete change and alliances are going to shift. What I find fascinating is that Israel has a working relationship with Russia about overflights on the Golan Heights and over southern Syria and Hezbollah, and will Hezbollah be permitted to ship weapons from Iran through Syria into the Bekaa Valley? And the answer for the Israelis is, no, they won't, we will intervene. And by the way, Russia, when we do that, we'll let you know that we're flying aircraft over these areas, so stay out of our way. And the Russian Air Force is, so far, willing not to worry about whether the Israelis are bombing the right targets or not. So in other words, there's a tacit understanding about what national interest is, which is wonderful because they've come to an agreement. I should give you the other side of the coin. Saudi Arabia does not like Russian intervention in Syria at all. And where in mid-March is the king of Saudi Arabia going? He's going off to Moscow. So the Saudis see shifting sands, if you don't mind the metaphor, and want to be sure that they've got Putin right. Because at the end of the day, the Saudis are worried about ISIS on their border. That's what they're worried about, because they don't want someone upsetting the Saudi kingdom apple cart. So they want to understand what Russia's relationship is with Iran and with ISIS. It gets to be enormously complicated, even for those of us who think we know what we're talking about. Let me end with this, because I didn't have a chance to talk about it earlier. One of the goals in my life, as I bring my academic career to an end over the next 3 to 5 years, is to try and create a place where people can learn about Israel and learn about it free from polemics. So for 6 years, we worked on a website, and it's real simple. It's israeled.org. Israeled.org. www.israeled.org. ISRAELED.org. Israeled.org. And it has source material, it has readings, it has maps, it has graphs, it has charts, it has a timeline, it has useful links. You can go anywhere you want once you go to the website. And I'm beginning to put up Spanish materials, putting up resources in Spanish. Not just the documents, but introductions to the documents. Why is the document important? What relevance does it have? Where does it fit into context, into the story of modern Israel? I hope it's a contribution, a small contribution to people who want to learn about Israel and want their kids and their peers to learn about it. So if you remember anything from tonight, www.israeled.org. And remember, geography and geology don't change. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.